Welcome to the
Help
podcast.
Yeah.
It's me, Brooke.
It's me too. And this is Mags.
Just breathing right into the mic.
Saying hello.
She wants to be a part of this so bad. Maggie, we didn't invite you to this. You have no words of wisdom for anybody. Sit.
But you do have wags for days, baby.
Yeah, but you're real cute, so it's fine.
It's fine. We love you. And today we are, what did we say we're talking about? Hobbies?
Talking about hobbies.
Yeah.
We are. So I'm going to read this real fun Urban Dictionary description of hobby that Stevie found.
Did you find one that you like?
I'm scrolling. I do like
In
the
process.
I do like the one that you found. Okay, this one's just like we'll read the generic one and then we'll read the one that's more real.
Okay.
This one says, hobby, a pastime, something you enjoy doing in your spare time. And then the sentence is, I take pride in my hobby, homemade bongs using my engineering degree.
Great.
We're so proud of your success. Okay, and then this one is probably way closer to reality. Hobby, an activity that requires you to spend lots of money you don't have to do things you don't need to do.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
Maybe.
That really adds up.
You're like, I'm broke. No, but I have to pay for this. This is a necessity.
It's fine.
It's
I
fine.
think it's fine. I'll just do improv and then not eat this week, and I think it'll be okay.
I was a college student once. I'll eat ramen noodles for the whole week.
We'll figure it out.
Get real creative with the ramen. Yeah. Okay.
You know what? I'll just go into extreme credit card debt. How about that?
That's it. And then I'll claim bankruptcy.
Everything will be great.
Guess
Sorry
who's
for
not
clapping.
paying for it? Me. Okay, that's too much. Okay. Well, you've done improv for how long now?
A year. Looking at Colt because he's been there the whole time.
The evolution of Brooke.
That's right. Okay, so I'll start. I'll go into it. We'll get in there.
Okay.
We'll get right in there.
Doing a disclaimer.
I would say that, like, hobbies in general in my past, I haven't had them. Like,
well, working out maybe.
Working out and running are
Yeah.
probably, like, the two biggest hobbies that I've had. And this is so sad, but I think that the only reason I really enjoyed those is because, like, you don't have to be good at them.
Yeah, you just go out and, like, just
fucking run.
Yeah.
I mean, and there is some, like, there are elements of judgment in there, but it's, like, such a great, like, that's the whole point of the workout community is to be supportive of everybody no matter what level they're at.
Yeah.
So it's, like, you can get to a level where, like, oh, you need to be focused on your times and whatever, but I was never, like, an athlete. So
you're like,
I love this. Like, I just get to compete with myself, guys.
Yeah. There's no test. You're just, like, setting your own level.
Exactly.
That's
Which
funny.
I'm like, this is really where I shine. Is when there's no possibility of a negative judgment.
No pressure.
Please don't point out my flaws.
I run down one block, come back, and I'm feeling good about myself.
Exactly.
That's funny.
Which, you know, at age 27, 28, got me to a point in my life where I was like, hey, I'm just doing the same things over and over and over again, and I'm not challenged to grow as a person in any way.
Really?
And I avoid things that cause me to be uncomfortable or have any sort of fear, and I'm in this space where I don't like where I am, and I've been here for so long, and this is the only way that I grow out of this space.
Yeah.
Thank you, therapy.
And then
Thank you, weed.
Yeah.
It took me a while to get there, but with those two tools, it happened. And so it's kind of like a weird succession of, or not really, it's just like two different things happened. So for some reason, like out of nowhere, in the summer of 2018, I just decided to, like, let my armpit hair grow out.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, it was really gross.
No, that was like a time frame, right? Oh!
She still has it.
She just flashed me her armpit, y'all. It's so funny.
They need a trim, but it's fine. So, and that was because I was a person who, we've talked about this before, how like in high school, if I didn't do my hair that morning, I wanted to leave because I was so concerned about other people's perception of what I looked like. Mm-hmm. So I would like, there were times that I was driving to the gym in the morning and realized that I forgot to shave my armpits. Mm-hmm. And so it would be like like 5 o'clock shadow, like baby stubble. Yeah. I would turn my ass around and go home and not go to the gym. Like if I was wearing a tank top.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Because I'm like, oh, I can't have people see that. Like, that's disgusting, gross.
Yeah.
And so that happened, like, a couple of times. Or, like, it happened to where I was just really... I wanted to go to the gym regardless. And I was very nervous about it. And, like, very nervous about doing any, like, you know, like, shoulder presses. Like or
anything.
Pull-ups. Because I'm like, oh, God, this whole gym is going to see my gross armpit hair. I'm a gross person. And then that caused me to think, like, hey, why are you this fucked up? And, like, who cares? Like, nobody cares if you have some armpit hair. It's... Yeah. No one's...
Well, and people are mostly, like, at the gym, they're focusing on themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's Austin, Texas.
Yeah,
like, women have armpit hair.
Yeah, I mean, there's half of them are braless. Yeah. Half of them...
don't have a shirt on. And they're braless.
Yeah. I'm like, okay.
And I love it.
Yeah.
But so I... was like, and that just like caused me to think about it, and I was like, I don't have a problem with armpit hair. Like, this is something that's like societal that I'm worried about other people judging me for. Yeah. And like when I really think about it, like I fucking loved when Miley Cyrus had armpit hair. I thought that was cool as shit. So, but I didn't ever at that time think that it would be something that I could do. But I was like, you know what? Here we are. We're challenging ourselves. We're doing things that cause us fear. Let's grow some fucking armpit hair.
Let's go in discomfort completely.
Yeah.
Improv.
Yeah. And there were moments where I just had severe fear about, like, people seeing my armpit hair. Mm-hmm. And, like, I got made fun of at the gym by, like, my core gym people.
Oh, really?
And,
what
like,
did they say?
They just were grossed out by it.
Oh,
and like
great.
Said that no guy was going to date me, and like,
oh my gosh, what kind of friends are these? I'm cringing.
They were just joking.
That's not a funny joke.
But I'm was
so
like,
sensitive. Like,
oh, it hit me too. Like, it hit me. Like, I was very upset by it.
Yeah, of course.
Which then like allowed me, because I've never allowed myself to be, or I mean, I've been judged negatively, but I tried to control the situation around me so much so that my flaws are never pointed out, or there's no negative critique about me. So it's like, I don't know how to handle it when there is, because I've been controlling that for my whole life. So it was like a real moment of like, okay, this is good. Like, I'm learning that like, that is not important, and they're just joking, and they still like me, and they still care about me, regardless of them making fun of my armpit hair. Yeah. So I was like, okay, that was what got me started on my path to improv. It's like, this is a good routine. This is something that I should be doing. And I was super into the idea of trying stand-up comedy at that time, but very aware that like I was not at that point yet. I still had some growth to do to be able to stand up in front of people on my own and fucking say stupid shit. And the idea just like kind of randomly popped in my head, and I was like, oh, I wonder like if there are improv classes here, if there's like something I could do along those lines. Like, it really just randomly popped into my head, and I Googled it and found the theater that Colt and I do classes through, and saw that they had like a free intro level 101 class. And I was like, okay, this is perfect.
So
like,
were you nervous going in? You take like a shot of tequila before or something?
I didn't drink because I was afraid of what would happen if I did. Yeah. But it was on a Monday night. And so I signed up, and I was like, I just had this resolve of like, you're just doing this. Like, don't think about it. It's
okay,
scary.
so you like went, is it like numb or just like...
Oh, I shut off as much of my brain as possible.
Oh, stop. That's so funny.
I get there after work. I pull up. I'm like 10 minutes early, which normally I would sit in my car and like dick around and listen to podcasts or music until the very last minute. But I get there and I'm like, I just had told myself driving there, I was like, you just, as soon as you get there, get the fuck out of your car and walk in and pretend you're confident when you walk in. Because I knew if I sat there, it would just would just like take
overwhelm
over
you,
and I would peace out. And I would
you'd be like, no, I'm gonna go home and watch a flick.
Exactly. It's a free class. Like, it's like I don't have to be there. I didn't pay for this. So
not to see these people again.
See you.
Yeah.
So I do that. I'm like, unbuckle my seatbelt, like running into the theater, or like, she ain't gonna go. So
like, somebody just sees you running and they're like, what is going on?
Super psyched about improv. Jeez.
They're like, is she crying while winning? Like, what's going on?
Screaming, Mom.
Mom!
So I get in to the lobby, and there's like people sitting on couches, and the girl who's gonna teach us. I think you were already there.
Maybe.
Cole's like super early. You're like right on the dot. You know what I mean?
I was like maybe 7 minutes early at this point.
I was probably in like a similar situation
where you were like,
well, I don't.
I'm just going in.
I'll just go. Yeah.
Just go. I'm not gonna think
F
about
it.
this.
Let's do it.
So I go in and I'm telling myself, like, just pretend like you're confident. Just pretend like this is something you do all the time. So I walk in, and I'm sure it's weird as shit. I walk in, and like the girl who was teaching was like, oh, hey. I was like, hey, what's up? I'm Brooke. How's it going? How is everybody? What are we doing here?
Yeah. Everybody's like having their own inner conflict about it. And then you come in, you're like, what's up, everybody? Like, my name's Brooke. Hey, name's Brooke.
You. What are we doing? What do you do for work? Like I turned it all the way on, like way too on. Like it went to 11. So that I'm just like sitting there sweating for 7 more minutes. And we go through the course, and like I don't really remember what we did, but I like from what I can kind of remember, like I think we just did like warm-ups.
Yeah, it was
like
basically warm-ups for 2
that's
hours.
cool.
And it was terrifying to me the whole time. Like the whole time I was like, I have to fucking beep? You're gonna make me beep here in this? Remember, I think we did like the machine thing.
Yeah, we did. Where
you add on and you have to make a noise. And I was like, this is my hell. Like, I am so worried.
Uncomfortable right now?
Yeah, about like what everybody in this room is thinking about me.
Yeah.
And then so there were just so many moments of this class that I was like, okay, like I just had this resolve of, I'm going to do this. Like, I'm going to do this for a year. I'm going to take all of these classes. And I couldn't really like put words to it of why at that time. It just was like this very clear, like knowing of like, and this is happening. But they brought up, and maybe they didn't even bring this up. Maybe this was later on in classes. But the whole thing with improv is like when you first start, like you are so worried about what you are saying and what you're doing and what people are going to think of that, and you don't even realize that everyone else is also
thinking the same thing,
and they don't give a fuck what you do or what you say.
Yeah, because everybody's in their head anyways.
Yeah. And I don't know if that got brought up in that's just one of the many like reasons that improv has been very important to me as a person and my growth as an individual.
Human diary.
Like sometimes in level 1, especially Tari, our teacher, would say stuff, and I'm like, does this bitch have access to my mind? Like, she knows exactly what I'm thinking.
She does it so long, she just like starts knowing people and like everything about them.
She's like, it's no big deal. I can read your thoughts. It's fine.
That's cool. It's cool. I'm not going to give you this part. It's just, I know you and, this one.
We're good.
We're good.
But yeah, it's been, and just, I think that, I don't know, like there's like a reason that this has all happened for me, and it's like a big reason in my life. So I will throw all of my money at improv. We're almost done. I've already thrown all of it. It's done.
Full life.
But it has been, it's just been like one of the best things I've ever done for myself. And I've been doing it for a year, and like I'm not in a good place with it.
It's so
What?
hard.
It's so
What
hard.
do you mean? Like
So
when you
hard.
say you're not at a good place, it's like,
Oh, I'm constantly terrified. Like,
really?
I've been doing classes almost every Wednesday or once a week for a year, and I get there and I'm shaking, like
Really?
scared. It's ridiculous, but it's so helpful for me to be able to learn how to fail and
Be okay.
and like know that these people support me and they're not gonna judge me. I mean, they might.
I know
judge
that's
me,
the
but-
yeah. They secretly
They're-
but they're still there for you.
Exactly. Like they still
They're their own.
care about me and think
Yeah.
that I'm an okay person.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't hate me because I say something really stupid.
Yeah.
Which happens.
For everybody, I'm sure everybody has a internal list. They kind of like cringe.
What the fuck did I do?
Yeah, why did I say that? What the heck? Dude, that is wild.
So
Dude,
that's my current hobby.
The anxiety didn't minimize over or like kind of diminish
It's lessened. Like it's definitely a lot
from the beginning.
Yeah, but it's
Okay.
still there.
Does it like sit right there on your chest? Because that's where mine usually sits, and I can feel it, and I'm like,
It's mostly mine's like specifically with like performance anxiety. Mine is full body.
oh, okay.
And I physically shake.
Physically shake.
Yeah. Cool. I'll have to maybe I'll do it Wednesday in class and I'll show you. Like
Oh boy.
I'm pretty sure it's visible.
Oh, okay.
And I have to pee a lot. We've talked about this
Like
before.
nervous peeing?
I have to nervous pee.
I think there's actually, I never knew what nervous pee was until you said it, told that story about nervous peeing. And now every time anybody, I don't know why I do this, anybody in my acting class, like they go pee more than twice. I'm like, nervous pee.
Nervous pee. It's a nervous
Noted.
pee.
Nervous pee.
I have to tell someone else's joke that I thought was really funny about
Okay.
nervous pee. I asked somebody last night, actually, if they ever nervous pee, and they said, no, I only confident pee. I thought that was pretty good. I liked that a lot.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't confident pee. I only nervous pee.
Only nervous pee.
Do you turn if you're at somebody else's house, I turn the water on. Every time.
No, I haven't. I try to be like, I literally, like, I'll amp myself up. Like, if it's a number 1 or a number 2, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be ashamed today. We all know what we're here for.
These
and
are
I'll go
bodily functions.
Yeah, so I go in the stall.
And I'm like turning the shower on. I'm like, cover it up. No one needs to know.
Like even at the public restrooms, I'm like, I'm gonna, because like sometimes you'll be sitting there and nobody starts, and you're like, I know there's like other mofos next to me. Everybody's just waiting for that one person to flush, and they're just like gonna pee real quick so nobody hears. But I feel like I liberate people by just, starting it off
today,
strong.
bitches.
Let's go, crew.
Steve, the pee queen over here.
I'm like, whatever, I'm doing it. And then other times I'm like, well, that was embarrassing. I'm gonna act like that wasn't my stall.
Did you guys hear that girl?
Weirdo.
She started and stopped a lot.
Yeah.
Pee judgment.
Yeah.
Anyway, away from pee and back to your hobby.
Oh.
Let's hear about it, girl.
Goodness. I don't even know. I've been acting for, 5 years
Yeah,
maybe.
I feel like you started I feel like you called me while we were still at Topgolf.
Yeah, so that was like 2011, 2012, 2013, around that time frame. And I don't even know. I'll never stop it, but I don't think like at the beginning I didn't know what I was getting into in the film world. And I think I learned so much about myself through my acting class. Luckily, same for you. I'm like, these people still like me. I'm like surprised.
This is shocking.
This is shocking that people can like me completely when I'm super vulnerable in front of people. And not that like everything I do has to be like an aspect of me, but like you know, things that are like consistently coming up, like I've been called a nut job or like a manic. I'm like, well, I don't know what to do with my emotions, okay? I'm like,
Listen.
you try to live with these emotions
And you get back to me, okay?
Get back to me about your sanity level after this, okay? But I think it was a search for just feeling enough for myself. I felt like inadequate, And when I first started, I think it was really unhealthy because you go to these audition rooms, man, and I'm not saying all the time, but there is a rare occasion where you look at people and they're like, "Come in, peasant." You know, like they don't say that outwardly, but like you're like, "Oh, great." Yeah, dude, nobody likes it. And then, you know, they have like people secretly have this like power trip over you of like, I can choose your destiny. And like, you know, somebody told me once, they're like, they're there for you. They want to see you do good. And I'm like, yes, I would love to believe that. But I'm like, what if they already have an idea of who they want?
I don't live in that world, but
yeah, okay. Yeah. And so when I first started, it was the rejection level, man. And like, not that, it's when I went in there and I did an audition, I didn't care. It's like, oh, you were great. You did good. Yeah. Totally. But just trying, I was like seeking approval from like everywhere else, but now I've like transitioned into just like, you got this, Steve. You know, girl. Hold it down for yourself. Go up there. F everybody else, not like in a bad way, but like F what. Yeah. Don't like try to figure out what they think about you all the dang time.
Overthink it and worry about it. Just do you. Do you think that acting has helped you reach that point?
I've learned so much about myself.
That's awesome.
And like I didn't even know I could go to this like depths of emotion inside of me, and like I just have learned a lot, and I've learned how much issues I have, but I'm also like trying to be content with it, you know?
We all got problems.
Yeah. I went to this one audition. I did improv at Paramount for a semester. And I'm horrible at it. Okay, let's get real. I didn't get past the get out of your head stage, okay? Okay. I was like at that stage where like, oh, you gotta come to terms that you're just not funny, okay? Like, cause like I never got past that. True. So it's just like you know, whatever. It's unintentionally funny. I'm unintentionally funny. It's not like, you know, there's people that could be intentionally funny. Mine's like, I don't know if you're laughing with or laughing at, but we laughing together.
And that's all that matters.
But I went to this audition, and the guy's like, act like you're swimming. And now I had to improv with this person. I had no idea who they were. And so they're like, you're going upriver. And so I start backstroking. This is my improv. And I'm like, good thing I have these flotation devices. And I'm like laughing about it. And then I didn't know that I was there with a psychopath because they're like, oh, look, they just popped. And I'm like, okay, how do I work with this person trying to drop me?
Wait, this was the other person you were in?
Yes, and I'm auditioning, and they're like trying to kill me off because of it's an audition.
This person is not yes-anding.
And I'm like,
get out of my audition.
Yeah, it was crazy. And I'm like, okay, backstroke, backstroke, backstroke. She's like, you look like you're drowning. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna hold my breath now.
You're anyways, like, I hate this.
And then I left there. I was just like, you know what? Even on the cruddiest days like that, and you go in that, you're like, well, that didn't go out as planned. It's like, you know, like the cruddiest days, it's like you have to know that you're still there for yourself. And I know that's really cheesy to say.
No, I love it.
But my manic days and my nut job days and my emotional days, like I'm like, well, I'll see y'all next week. I'll see y'all next week.
I'm going to go live with this for a couple of days.
I know. I wish I didn't think about that, like when it's like lingering thoughts in your mind.
It is. I feel like it's interesting that we've both chosen hobbies where it's like we're such overanalyzers and people pleasers, and we've both chosen hobbies where like you can't be those things. You just have to like be in the moment and just do it and not worry about it.
Yeah, for sure, because you're gonna suck.
Yeah.
If you don't, you know what I mean? And then your coach is gonna be like, my coach, like, she doesn't mind yelling and stuff like that, which I appreciate. Don't hate on my coach, you know what I mean? But she'll just call you out. She'll call you out. She's like, you're emotionally blackmailing him. Like, things that you don't want to know about yourself that every human is capable of, like the negative stuff.
And you're like, fuck.
Yeah, like she called this girl out, and I've seen her call people out. I'm not gonna name any names because it's a safe haven, safety net around my class. But like even like bullying, she's like, oh, you kind of have like you're like doing some bully tendencies, and like so you have to go home and like you're delving to so many emotions, but it's like the free space to do that. You know, and you have to be okay with it. It's weird.
Yeah, that's
psychological. Cool, like it's like you know, you're just like, I might be an emotional manipulator sometimes.
Shit.
I didn't realize it.
Have we chosen therapy as our hobby?
Yeah, like we see like a therapist and then we go to like improv and acting as another form of therapy. It's our part-time job, literally.
We're like, we're just real messed up, so we're just gonna do therapy as much as possible. Because we need
like
it.
it's like telling people, it's like, yeah, I do improv, instead of saying like, I indirectly take therapy like 3 times a week and have issues.
I'm really working through some stuff right now.
Like on the first date.
It's fine. I'm fine.
You're like, hide it. Like, I'm gonna overwhelm you. Let's not drink, I might just cry a little bit.
It's fine.
Cool.
I'm trying to think if I have. Okay, so I think my favorite thing that's happened because of improv, not even related to like an actual like improv scene that I've done or anything. So we performed for a month. We opened for like the Standing Wednesday show. And we were there. Dab on him, Colt.
Dab on him. He's like dabbing mid.
Barely know what that means, by the way. I'm very old.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, was it you that we had like an improv party this weekend? And we were creating a playlist for the party. And I think it was Colt handed me like what he had been searching, and I was like, I was staring at it, and I was like, I have never heard of a single person on this list. Like,
oh really?
I am a
No
grandmother.
way.
I am the grandmother of this improv group.
That is so funny.
Do you guys know Dolly Parton or?
Where are we going here?
Can we get some 9 to 5 up on here?
He has Evanescence on here. Like, bring me back to life.
Bring me back.
Colt, take your list back. Evanescence, bring me back to life. That's a crowd pleaser.
Party song. Right there.
Party song. Colt's just in the corner, like, drinking by himself to that song.
All of a sudden, his hair is, like, grown over one of his eyes.
Yeah.
Like, what happened? Okay, so it's a Wednesday. I think we had gone to class and then gone to the theater to perform, and we were waiting to perform. And one of the guys who's in the show, like the main group that does the show.
I love how you explain that.
One of the guys from Sugar Water Purple.
Okay.
I mean, I've never met him like formally, but I've seen him and like maybe talked to him a couple of times. And so I'm nervous peeing because we're like warming up for the show.
Yeah.
And I pee, I do my thing, I wash my hands because I'm an adult. And
I wash my hands.
Like, I open the door and his hand is on the door. Like,
did you scream?
No, I said...
What did you say?
Said, come on in, I've been waiting for you.
No, you didn't. What did he say?
It was not well received.
Oh my god!
He was scared. He was terrified. He's
like, I actually don't even have to go to the restroom anymore. Welcome to my office. It's fresh.
It bombed. It bombed very badly. I'm still proud of it, even though it bombed so horribly. I'm like, no, that was great, okay? You're in the wrong here. But I have seen him like 3 or 4 more times, and I doubt that he recognizes me. Yeah. But I'm like, oh God, this is how I'm going to go down in this guy's mind.
This is so funny.
For eternity.
It sounds like something Jimmy Kimmel would be like putting on a show. Like talking about like funny things people do. Welcome. Glad you're here.
Come on in.
It's fresh.
Water's warm.
Water's warm. Yeah, like some stuff like this.
I mean, I said it in a it was a pretty creepy way. That maybe was.
Did you? Okay, so did you like instantaneously go search for a friend right after?
Yeah, I think I told Colt immediately. Actually,
Colt's like mid conversation. You're like, Colt, I need you.
Listen.
That's so funny.
So that was pretty embarrassing.
That is so funny.
That was up there.
I don't even know. I feel like I've done so many embarrassing things. I wouldn't even know where to begin, and it's kind of overwhelming me right now.
Stevie's like, I'm realizing I'm a very embarrassing person.
Yeah, no. I'm just super emotional, so it's like, Great. You know what? This is how emotional I am. I took an Uber to my job, and I noticed that he had like this big sticker for like this pizza joint around the area. And, you know, I guess he started talking about his pizza, and I was like, okay, well, I guess we're going to talk about pizza on this Uber drive. But whatever, I'll talk about pizza with you. It's like, my husband loves pizza. You know, like, I don't know how to contribute to this.
I like pepperoni. How about you?
But he literally... Like, he's like, no, I own my own pizza place. And then in my mind, am I like,
so it's not
Sarah McLachlan, like, what is that? They always do that. That commercial.
No, ASCAP, that's like recorded, like music rights.
No, you know how they do that?
Like the sad dog thing?
The sad dog commercial. It was like playing in my brain. I'm like, oh, he doesn't make any money. So now he has to Uber. Okay. So like.
Is there music playing in the background?
No, it's in my head.
In the Arms of the Angels?
Yes.
In the arms of...
No, ASCAP.
Oh.
It's like you have to pay them to play music in your establishment.
I've never heard of
Oh, well, that sounds absolutely horrendous.
I don't know why I thought it.
Like Spotify all the way. Let's do free. Freaking A. So he's telling me this, and then in my head, there's a tiny little violin I'm playing, because I'm like, I don't even know why I do this. And it's so annoying. I'm like sitting there, and he starts giving me these coupons, and I'm like,
oh, God.
which I'm okay with, because I'm like, dude, this guy's got an Uber, man. He owns his own job. And he's like telling me it's kind of rough sometimes at his job. And so like, I know, like, I did leave that Uber kind of confused, but he gave me a coupon. I'm like, give me some more. I'm gonna give them to my coworkers. You know, I'm gonna help this man out.
This
you know,
joint.
Yeah, and then I'm like calling my husband. I'm like, yo, we're going to this pizza joint. I don't know if it's gonna be good. And
it doesn't sound like
he
it.
like looked up Yelp reviews. He's like, it's 1-star reviews. I'm like, we're going still, you know. And it didn't hit me till my coworker was like, of course he Ubers. It's free advertisement. And I'm over here creating this whole damn emotional story. I'm like emotionally attached. I'm handing out coupons at my job.
You're like
at my
best
own.
Friend.
Yeah.
He owns a pizza place.
Yeah.
Struggling. I just really want to help him out.
I'm like, Jesus, can you just like not be so emotionally attached to like some Uber driver who just like, literally, I'm like, the next person that's going to sit in there is just going to start off with the pizza. Just right up front so he can tell people about this. I'm like, he just used me. I feel used and abused.
He used my emotions.
I know. I literally did. He got the perfect one. I like went out with this coupon, like handing them to random strangers.
Bree advertising.
It's like a 5-minute drive. Like, I have issues. Brandon's like,
it's amazing.
He's like, have you? Because like Brandon like called me and he's like, you haven't collected yet. I'm like, I'm handing out these coupons. Give me a second.
I just took on another job. Real quick.
Literally, I need help. Like, Jesus, why am I like that?
I mean, same. So.
Oh, it's annoying.
I think it's fine.
I used to pull myself. This is legit. To the steering wheel, like real close to it. Because one time I was driving and I don't know how I saw it. I saw a caterpillar crossing the street and it was in the road. Guys,
I have like 2020.
No,
LASIK,
but like this was a big one.
It was a
big one.
It was
the
a big
Texas
guy.
way. It was a big one. Crossing the road. He didn't miss no meals. So like sometimes when I'm
very
driving,
hungry cowpillar.
He was very hungry. He had a stomach ache.
I don't know if it was pregnant or it was.
Was it a snake?
Yes.
Was
Like a garden.
I don't know. I didn't take a lap around, you know. Maybe let me double check. But it kind of effed with my head that I could have been my whole life running over these innocent caterpillars. So this is how effed up my head is. So like for a week straight, I kept pulling myself to the steering wheel looking for
fucking caterpillars.
And Brandon's like, why are you driving like that? You're giving me anxiety. And I'm like, well, I have anxiety too. I need to find the caterpillar.
Listen, I'm trying to save the world here.
I know.
One
He's like,
one giant caterpillar
at a time, maybe a snake. We don't know. I'm like, oh my gosh. And so now I'm trying to monitor what the heck I care about because it's literally draining me.
Sure.
And I go into like a spiral.
If you don't discern that, you can give all your care to extraneous places and then
that are literally unnecessary. I'm like drained after I drive.
Sure.
Like, you know, like I'm like going to an interview.
A fuck ton of caterpillars, though, girl.
For real. That's really a problem.
That is amazing.
I'm so happy I'm married. I'm like, what kind of issues do you want in your life?
Listen,
this is a lot to take in.
Let's start going through my baggage real quick.
Okay. Caterpillars number 1.
I'm gonna need that to be your cause.
Jesus.
Caterpillars on roads.
Caterpillar
Save
lover.
the caterpillars!
Save the caterpillars.
Gonna put up tiny fences on the highway.
That's funny.
Yes. Okay, I think we've done it.
Yeah,
think
that was a
we've
good one.
Done it on our hobbies. Maybe I'll get another hobby someday.
Yeah,
but
maybe.
So far, probably not.
Probably not. You're about to graduate improv too. Hey,
Fancy.
she's about to graduate, y'all. Send us some love on the gram.
I mean, come see us. Tuesday performances at some point this November and December.
Follow Kiss and Break Up.
Kiss and Break Up.
Kiss and break up. Hey, shout out.
Shameless plugs.
Hey there. All right, y'all. Well,
Okay, we love you very much. Thank you for.
I love you too.
Oh, I love you too.
okay, cool. We love y'all. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, please excuse us. We're kind of awkward about saying a little goodbye to you, but yeah, we'll catch y'all next week.
I don't like endings. I don't like goodbyes.
I don't like saying goodbyes. Look, another issue to talk about.
Hold
We
on.
don't like goodbyes.
Join us next week when we talk about that. No, we won't probably. So.
Cool. All right.
Bye.
Catch y'all on the flip side.
Peace. Okay, thanks for listening to us, guys.
Yes. If you want to give a shout out or just reach us.
Yeah, or send in like a topic you want us to bullshit on.
Yeah. Our email is helpthepodcast@gmail.com. And our Instagram is
It is at The Help Podcast.
at the Help Podcast.
And you can search Facebook, The Help Podcast. We're on there as well. And you can find all of our episodes on any major podcasting platform.
Yes.
iTunes, Stitcher.
Or if you get confused, just email us.
We'll help you. We'll send you the link, girl. It's fine.
Okay, cool.
Thanks, guys.
Y'all have a good one.